What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the top of the map in the red color, playing as Kronos. His name is Mariano. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Odin. His name is Rapl. The map is Mirage, and I love this. Yes, Rapl. The only thing I don't love so far is he's not using my build order. Drat. That's okay. An interesting one to say the very least. Kronos versus Odin on this map. Why are we seeing Odin here? Kronos has been a pick on this map that's been touted as one of the stronger picks on this map for no good reason. This is something that ends up happening in a lot of like new RTS games. When something new comes out, what ends up happening is someone works out some sort of cheese strategy, some sort of aggressive strategy, which is really, really hard to counter because nobody knows the game very well. They don't know how to play defensive. And that seems to me has been what has happened on a map on this map like Mirage. It's been like, oh, everyone's just like, well, there's this thing I can do with Kronos, which is really cool. I can build a dock off to the side. I can time shift over here, and then I can attack your fishing ships, and then you lose, right? But actually, what ends up happening, in my opinion, is this is actually not a good play. So long as you go at this game with a game plan to effectively beat your opponent without using the water, then you're going to be fine here. So we are seeing now Rapl is building out those fishing ships, and we'll see how things are going to go. Now, I have myself come up with strategies for Norse here in this map, specifically against Kronos here, which involve a fast second dock going down and an incredibly difficult to defend Heimdall Rush. Now, a little known fact is that Odin against Atlantean on water maps, you can actually do this build that I'm about to say on any of the water maps with great success against Atlantean, in my opinion. So what are these strategies? Well, effectively, it's a Heimdall Rush through with a ton of Ulfsark. And all you need to do to make it happen is you can go for a somewhat like you can actually go for a 4 fishing ship 4-minute advance time, which is really, really fast. And you can be in your opponent's base by about, I would say, my guess would be at about 5 minutes, if not 5 minutes and 30 seconds, with a ton of units to kill your opponent. So if the Atlantean player doesn't do a 4:30 advance time on those maps, you can actually kill their town center basically as they're hitting the second age. And life can be very, very hard. And then you can just continue to build fishing ships while you're harassing them and stuff like that. It can be really, really strong. There's a whole bunch of like wild, cheesy Norse players that I feel like we just haven't seen, and I think they're really, really strong. So we'll see what Rappl's going to do here. He actually hasn't been deconstructed. He's going to be throwing down a second dock, which he must do here. As you can see, the Oracle is already in position to drop that dock down on this position over here. But the question is going to be, will Mariano even want to go for this? He's probably not expecting to see, for example, Odin on this map. So he's probably a little bit scared about the early game harassment that's going to come for him. The strategic options that Odin has are vast on this map, and we do see a second dock coming down here for Mariano. He is probably concerned actually that he's actually going to get hit on the water here by Sneaky Ulfsark coming over and dropping this dock, but I don't think that's necessity in the slightest here. And we'll see how the things are going to come up. And one thing that I don't like that Rappl's done here is he didn't put the temple forward, and he isn't planning to rush. So he could be finding himself in a bit of a difficult position here as the temple is up. The oracles are in position to start harassing this over here. The advance times are relatively equal as well. There are 2 docks down for Rapl to play around that deconstruction. So if Mariano does click deconstruct here, that will be a whole bunch more wood for Rapl to utilize here. And Rapl can just simply build a longboat out here if he so chooses, as the Raven has spotted those oracles coming in, and we do indeed see a lone longboat coming through onto this position to defend his docks. As the Herser come in to try and block this one off as best as he can. He hasn't built a longboat out of this position, so we'll see which one wants to come out first. As the longboat does come through, it's going to be a lot of damage onto those oracles as Mariano going to have to pull back. That is 150 resources spent here for Rapl that he probably wouldn't have wanted to spend, but it does secure him that water nicely. As now the longhouse is coming down as well for Rapl. He's going to be starting to spam those units out in the main base here for Mariano. We do see the Valkyrie coming in to get some good damage done. A Economic Guild up. Terma coming through. Caraballister coming through as well. As the Murmillo is in position. Might want to be utilizing the... looks like Mariano's built one too many fishing ships there, but might want to be heroizing said Murmillo there to defend. There's another longhouse coming down on this position. And what's Rapl plan here? He's got a lot of food in the bank. He's got a lot of longhouses up, and he's not building any military units. He might just decide to throw down an armory here and go heroic age. I don't think that's a crazy idea here from Rapl in the slightest. He's getting himself the purse scene. I don't think the purse scene is that important to prioritize. This is a 9 fishing ship thing, so it's kind of like he's about to get himself an extra 3 fishing ships out with that upgrade. Takes a while to pay it off if you're only getting 3 fishing ships. In my opinion, much better to prioritize something else. So now we're starting to see some units coming out. He has spotted the main base of Mariano, and he's seeing the three military buildings are up. The units coming forward. One longhouse does end up getting deconstructed there. Rapl going to have to rebuild that one relatively quickly, as the dwarves are going to get pushed off of this gold mine very, very fast here, unless Rapl is quick to defend here. As the tower does go down, you have to remember both players have got a food boost here from the fishing ships, so a very, very early attack is always going to be potent here in this game. As the dwarf trying to come in and hit that Caraballister there. They do manage to get onto that one. It's going to be a lot of damage onto that as the Ursa come through. Do manage to snipe a unit as the raiding cavalry sniper Caraballister on the top there. He does get the raiding cavalry pick there, but that's a good trade for Rapl as the Valkyrie does pull back to defend here. More houses coming up for Rapl as more long houses are coming through. Raiding cavalry, Ulfsark throwing axemen, seemingly going to be the unit composition of choice here for Rapl, as it's mostly just Ulfsark, not Ulfsark, but Murmillo here for Mariano, as Mariano looking to push forward, trying to take out the gold over here, trying to get some good pressure onto this one as well. Is the army going to be pulling back? It's 95 population for Mariano to 85 population for Rapl, as we have found ourselves in a very, very strange position here. Both players have not really gone onto the water. Nothing's really happening there. Both players got mass army here trying to pressure this gold mine. Rapl here is on the back with these raiding cavalry, looking to get a little bit of damage done onto some of these units as the Valor does drop down onto this position. The raiding cavalry searching to try and find Caraballister. The weakness of the Caraballister is the speed, only at 4.24 speed, as he does snipe that one. He keeps his units alive, moving around. Beautiful play from Rapl. Rappl's now at 99, 115 population, 4 longhouses up, nearly full population there. He's looking for gold villagers to snipe, as we do see this Mariano gold villager already out of his main base. This gold in his main base got 1,000 gold left in it. We also have the villagers over here for Rapl grabbing himself extra food here, as well as raiding cavalry upgrade. They're going up to medium raiders coming through as the raiders come in on the back. Going to be able to pick off 1 Caraballister there, 2 Caraballister over on this location. Mariano is not controlling his Caraballister well at all in this game. He is mass Murmillo here as well, which are relatively strong, 4.5 speed, but with those thrown axemen being out, he doesn't have a real good counter against them here. in the slightest, as Rapl he's honestly putting on a masterclass of how to deal with Cairo Ballister here in this game. As we do see an armory coming up here a little bit late on the production of that one, as he does basically have the resources to advance to the next age. Raiding Cavalry going to be searching around trying to find villages here. There are a handful of citizen on that location over there, grabbing Hunt that he could harass. Going to be moving straight onto the wood villager over here, but Mariano can very simply just garrison in here as he does start that damage, but the citizen will be able to teleport into the manor here. Now we see a little bit of a raid coming over onto this Hunt over here as Rapl not in position here. He has not got anything to see this coming through. This is going to be a lot of damage coming onto Rappel's economy here as Rapl, he's about to spot it, how fast the reaction is going to be. He's going for the town center up on this location here. The villagers, they do get spotted here as the ox cart going to get targeted down. Villagers going to be attempting to make a break for it down to the bottom here, utilizing potentially the longboat. No, the longboat has been deleted. The villagers attempting to retreat back. We do have a handful of units coming over here to help defend. Only one villager going down here would be a very, very bad attack from Mariano. He definitely could have gotten more villager kills. He gets one villager. No, he gets 0 villager kills, ladies and gentlemen. 0 villager kills. We do see a town center coming up here as Mariano going to be attempting to move into a different position. The town center now up for Rapl as he's going to be able to have that frost. And we've seen this time and time again from Rapl. He doesn't care. He doesn't want max value. He just wants value out of his frost. And how do you get value out of your frost? Literally freeze this army here in place. And he does manage to freeze all of it. And you then surround the army and you're able to take it out for an entire army worth of killing with this god power. This is what makes Frost so strong here. Rappel's also going to be grabbing this town center as well after all is said and done. It's going to be tough to wall this in. You can throw up a barracks here, and then wall over here, for example, if you so choose. But it looks like Rapl is going to be taking the opportunity of this frost to simply just take the town center instead of force the fight. And we'll see if he's also going to be able to get some buildings to put up and block these units from retreating away. It looks like just the town center up and then taking the fight. Heavy infantry is going to be coming through as well. It looks like it's going to be a little bit late, but it should be more than enough to continue this fight. As more units going to be coming through, we will be seeing Mariano retreating away from this one as well, as the army of Rapl incredibly strong here. The raids coming through onto this position are getting dealt with nicely by the Hero Mamilo. The raiding cavalry going after these villages, not going to be able to do all too much damage over there, but Rapl now 129 of 145 population. Mariano now going through Hyperion. He's going to be able to potentially take down one of those frost giants with that chaos, but we'll see how things are going to go. He's going for that third town center to boot. One raiding cavalry over here, managing to idle one citizen as well. Nice play. Walls coming up. Mark coming through here for Rapl as well, as he's obviously considering going for that early Ragnarok after all is said and done. As the units coming back in onto this position, there's plenty of defensive units here for Rapl. He's got the heavy throwing axeman. He's got everything here to take this fight, but he just decides to retreat for the time being. Not that important to fight, while taking this one under town center fire is going to help out quite a bit. No more raids coming through as the raiding cavalry retreating away. We do see a frost giant going on for the citizen raids here. It's really, really strong. If your opponent isn't paying attention, the frost giant can freeze a citizen and basically kill that off. Guarantee that it gets it taken out here, as Rapl is now able to click up to the mythic age. Rapl is not giving Mariano any opportunity here to find an advantage in this game. Balder not taking this fight, just says, no worries, I don't need to take the fight, but he will probably need to take it as the units come over onto this gold mine. But as the game continues, the army of Rapl also simply just gets stronger and stronger. I'm not sure where Rappel's going as he sees the army coming through onto the town center, as Mariano's like desperately trying to stop the heroic age, or mythic age, excuse me, from coming through for Rapl. And Rapl is just, he can take the fight. He's got plenty of income. He's got all of these defensive buildings. He could also get himself watchtowers if he so chooses as well, as the town center is getting taken down. But I mean, Mariano doesn't even know for sure that this is the town center that Balder is coming through. It is the town center that Balder is coming through, but he doesn't know for sure, and he is putting a lot of resources into this one as Mariano decides in that moment to retreat. Deconstruction onto the temple as well, as Rapl is going to be losing out on a fire giant if he doesn't rebuild that one, as the raiding cavalry continuing to go for raids in this game. Villagers pulling off the wood line over here as the satyr comes through. One thing that, I mean, Rapl does need to be concerned about is that there is a chaos available as the frost giant picks off another citizen over here, as Rapl is doing a beautiful job of that. 100 sacks coming through, copper weapons coming through as well for Rapl, as the raiding cavalry searching around for things to take out. To boot, there is the town center going to get repaired back up. Fortified town centers coming through as well. The other thing here is that while Rapl can just simply click Ragnarok straight away, and it can be a difficult thing to deal with, he doesn't necessarily need to. As the temple coming through, fire giant will spawn here, which will allow Mariano to click that chaos straight away on this position, and he does indeed do so, hitting the fire giant here as the units here are going to be retreating into the town center. Rapl still waiting. He doesn't have any Herser on this position for the time being. Is Mariano going to be retreating back? We'll see what the plan is. Mariano with 16 citizen only at the 14-minute mark is a very big surprise. A very, very big credit to Rapl's raiding here in this game, forcing Mariano onto the back foot to some degree here. As that fire giant is still taking units out in this location. I mean, Rapl getting full population, popping out a hero of Ragnarok here. We'll be able to take down that fire giant relatively easily there. It is 274 population of Ragnarok at this point. Gold villages. There's a back gold mine over here. There's a gold mine over here. The gold mines are scattered throughout this map. Not going to be that hard to get the gold star. And Mariano doesn't even want to see it. He knows his army, even though it's heavy upgrades, copper mail, copper shield, he knows that he cannot defend against a Ragnarok coming. And he also knows that there's also fish grabbed here for Rapl. And what a game here from Rapl. I mean, the fact that he just has the cojones to pick Odin when the rest of the top players are saying, Odin, it's not possible on this map. Kronos too good here. He says, I've got an idea, going to play around it. And Mariano, to his credit, was too scared to go for the cheese play of that the dock time shifting shenanigans. Too scared to go for it, and decides to just play it differently, maybe go for the forward gold mine. He couldn't quite get the gold star, but Rapl is showing that this map maybe not as solved as one might have thought, as top players kind of are thinking. Really well played here by Rapl. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch, leveling the series 1-1. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next game. Wait, if you're on the YouTubes, hit that. Yes. Next game, that's right. Bye.